Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk Junkies, where tonight's going to be a very fun and interesting night, as most nights are. This one, in a little bit more in particular. But we're here. We got Johnny, Jesse in the house. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
You know, just hating everything, loving everything, sucking everything,
You gonna let me talk?
blowing
bro?
everything.
The balance.
Anyways, last week we had a really good podcast with Mikey, a good buddy of mine. We talked about the prison systems and how we should change that kind of stuff. So if you are new to Talk Junkies, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube, look back to last week's video. We had a really good talk about the prison system and systematic racism with Mikey. Check that out, man. And again, thank you, Mikey, for coming on.
That one, in my mind, is really fucking important. Like, listening to that one is really, really important. And the new insights that came in through that one are really beautiful. And, like, not beautiful in the sense that it's a good thing, but like an eye-opening
I learned a
thing.
lot. I learned a lot.
I really
during that.
did. And that's what a lot of this podcast is about. Whenever I sit down in front of the mic with me, myself, and I, and also Johnny, and also Paul, and also the guests, you end up absorbing so much more, and you can be like, oh man, I didn't know that. It's this is always supposed to be like a learning experience, but we're not going to get that tonight.
Well, you're going to get some learning from us three. We do have some interesting things coming up in the works. We have a gentleman by the name of Pao Chang coming on the show. We're going to be talking about esoteric types of views. He's an author. He's written a book. He'll be on the show on May 9th. And then we also have Benjamin Lohr, the hidden miracle of grocery stores. He's going to be on the show as well on May 16th, talking about the grocery industry and stuff like that. So
I looked a little bit into that when you sent me that, and I was like, oh man, this actually seems super interesting.
Yeah. So we do have some things in the works. Always looking for guests to come on the show. So all our viewers out there, please stay patient with us because we are bringing on some good guests.
Patience is a
Virtue.
There you go. Patience is a virtue.
But tonight we have a lot of interesting topics to discuss. There's a lot of crazy things going on in the world, honestly. And we've known that since we started the podcast 3 years ago, that there's always crazy and interesting things going on with the human race. And Jesse, you kind of hit home with it to say that maybe we're just really not even special. And I'm kind of starting to agree with that for the simple fact that we can never all get along. There's this two-party system, and having Mike Anderson on and talking about tribalism, and if Mike is right to say that it's inherent in us genetically whenever we're born, like we're screwed from the get-go. But anyways, that's how I feel about the human race.
It's not like we're fucking screwed from the fucking get-go.
But when you say humans aren't special, I mean, to me, if we're born genetically to be more conservative or liberal, I think we're screwed in that aspect. Right off the bat, because we're always all never going to get along.
Man, why does everybody have to?
No, you can go.
Why do people? Here's the thing: you don't have to get along with everybody to still function as a society and as a people. Like, there's this weird overarching. You have to find a middle ground there, where it's like, on one hand, we talk about how there's so much hatred and nobody gets along and we can't agree on anything and we're going to all end up killing ourselves or whatever and humans and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, it doesn't have to be that far and that dark. But on the other hand, you don't have to have some weird, like, ubiquitous, everybody just join arms and kumbaya and we all have to be like, no, people are different. Humans are different. Just like not all animals get along. Like, we're different and you don't all have to get along, but you can still function as a people without like killing each other.
And still progress.
Like, you can have a dialogue and be like, Paul, I disagree with you. I don't even like you. I disagree with you, and I don't like you, and I'm not about it. And then you know what I do? I don't shoot you. We walk away.
That's it. And we've had people comment on some of our videos, and specifically they'll say, like, hey, like, Johnny, why are you saying I'm going to play devil's advocate and stuff like that? Well, it's not. There's two benefits to that. One, it provokes conversation by not agreeing with the guests that we have on and trying to challenge them in their ideas. That's completely what that's about.
Yeah, if you're coming to, sorry to cut you off, but I know I can think of a comment that you were talking about where it was in one of our videos where a viewer was upset that I was asking the guest all these questions against what he was saying. And I was like, that's the point of a conversation. That's the point of a dialogue, is that if you're coming on here to just view one side of things, then what's the point?
Yeah, you came to. I mean, there's a lot of good ideas out there, and there's a lot of fascinating topics that there are on YouTube, and people can kind of just latch onto those type of ideas and hold on to them, and then they're part of that community, and that's happened to me as well. And I do listen to a lot of YouTubers habitually, and I listen to them once a week, and I like what they say, and I pretty much believe it for what it is, because the content that they have. But it's not to say that if I were to listen to another podcast that was trying to debunk that I wouldn't appreciate that podcast for what it is and at least listen to it and try and understand like why they don't think that this is true. Because we're all trying to find truth. We're all trying to find knowledge. And that's what Talk Junkies is, man. Like I did a video.
Is that really what we're trying to find? Is truth?
I'm okay. Truth. Again,
Big,
you guys
really big question right now.
Hold on. Before you go, you guys both taught me something very important in my life. And that was, what is truth and how deep truth goes. And when you say the truth about something, that's very deep. That's a very deep thing. So as opposed to truth, I'm more about knowledge, just spreading strictly just knowledge. And that's the point of having these guests on, and the specific ideas and expertise that they have in these topics. It's knowledge. It's not necessarily truth, because when you go back to what Howdy Mikowski said, is if someone says that they have truth in something, you try and pick it apart completely and utterly. And same with Crow. Crow says the same thing. He's like, man, just pick it apart. And if
that's not my conversation with Crow. But
yeah, I know. And if you find
it wasn't my conversation with Crow,
and you find flaws in it, then that's not your truth. Not everyone's going to have the same truth. That's why truth is so powerful.
No. What people really end up trying to find is happiness. And in my opinion, is people are trying to find happiness. And people find happiness in disbelief or believing in something or whatever. People are just trying to find their fucking way. Truth can be skewed in any way as long as it makes you happy. 100%. What we're all trying to do is be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're trying to be happy. I'm trying to be happy. Johnny's probably trying to be happy. He's failing horribly.
Thank you.
No, what we really look for is not even it could be like taking the blue pill in the Matrix. You know what I mean? A lot of 90s kids will know this. Like eating the blue pill, right? And just, we know it's not real, but at least I'm happy. We want to be happy.
Yes.
And it's so hard to obtain. It's like this, like the little fucking fairy running around the room. You're just fucking trying to catch it. Where's my fucking happiness
Tinkerbell?
fucking app? Yeah. Tinkerbell. Absolutely. Really hard to fucking obtain. And sometimes it comes through ignorance. And sometimes it comes through truths. And a lot of times you just have to like bite the bullet and realize, man, it comes from me. And I decide what is happiness from me, because it's a very interpersonal fucking thing. I don't even know where I'm going off on this.
Well,
right
so
now.
whenever you get deep like that and you're trying to find your true happiness, and the original topic of the conversation was we were just talking. Damn it, I'm losing my train of thought here.
We should smoke a joint.
Yeah, maybe so.
Paul did the other day.
No, definitely not a joint, man. It was an edible, and I'm glad I passed out. Luckily, thank God.
I wanted to ask you about that.
I stayed up.
So we can do this over the podcast, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So the edible that you got, was it anything? Was it just like, oh man,
I stayed up for maybe like 30 minutes, and I started to feel a little bit, and then I passed out.
I knew that's what I said. I was like, "You're gonna fall asleep before this ever kicks in."
I woke up, and I was like, okay, I mean, I was still a little funky when I woke up. I was like, damn.
We don't have to post any of this. It's all good.
No, I'm going to, man. But going back to what you said, when you're trying to find true happiness, and not everyone's going to get along, is what we were talking about. And because everyone's trying to find their true internal happiness, that's never going to happen.
And happiness is different for different people.
Well, no, and I understand that. And when how you're describing what happiness is specifically what I'm talking about on how we get everyone to get along. Because you have celebrities who are looked upon as these godlike figures who have no say when it comes to society. And they honestly, they bring more fuel to the fire than they do anything else. So I'm talking about specifically progression for truth or knowledge, and how do we obtain that? And you make a good point.
If you're strictly just on that, like trying to find happiness thing, I am definitely a person that has gone through like addiction and sobriety, and you know what? Sobriety is awful. Sobriety is fucking awful.
For you,
Fuck.
it might not be for other people.
No, I know, but I'm just speaking on my own sense. Like me, like I have this weird, like overwhelming feeling to where I'm like, oh my God, if I drink anymore, this is gonna be the death of me. So I'm gonna be sober for the next like couple days, whatever it is, a day. And then you go through that day, like in sobriety, and you're just like, wow, this is fucking awful. Like, this is fucking terrible. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I legitimately don't know what to do with myself. I've been through a year and a half of sobriety too, and it's always the same shit. Like, oh, I'll find myself in sobriety. You know, this is what I hate about like AA. Like realistically, like true talk between me and you guys. I've been through a year and a half of sobriety, and I expected sobriety to like, oh man,
be everlasting,
and I'm meditating, I'm working out, I'm getting, dude. No, there are no answers there either. Where are the answers? You know what I mean? Like, where are the answers? Like, where is my happiness? My happiness is just forgetting about all of this.
So,
but I don't want to. I know where that stems from to an extent, because then I have to deal with, within sobriety, you have to deal with, oh man, everything that's causing you pain. Like, yeah, you might have a bad relationship issue with your parents or even your kid or your loved one, whatever it is. And then you have to like, you know, attempt, you know, that, whatever that is, which is really fucking hard because they're them. You can't control them at all. And you're just like, hey, I'm really good right now. And they're like, okay. And you're like, fuck. That's where that got me. Is just like, hey, you're just as okay as I was like 6 months ago, kind of fucking thing. And then you're like, well, fuck, I guess I'll have a fucking drink and fucking try to forget about all that fucking shit. I don't know.
but like, I mean, look at the society. Look at the society that's been.
Where's your real struggle, Paul?
But
where's your real struggle? Let me ask you that.
I'll get into that. I'll get into that for sure. But what I'm going to say before that will kind of lead into what my real struggle is. Okay? No, that's a perfect question actually. To the answer or to what I wanted to say is man, like my struggle is, and for a good like explanation. Like today, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, like what is going on? I mean, I find myself asking that question, like, what is going on? Just like when I walk outside. Both my kids are inside with my wife. They're just all laying down. And I go outside and I'm just smoking a cig, and I have this Mr. Pibb on some ice, and I'm drinking it. I'm like, what is going on as I'm smoking my cigarette? And I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I have a beautiful family inside, and they're just all laying down. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what is going on? Like, I work, my wife works. What is happening right now? And how has society shaped it into the way that we all interact with each other and how we interact as a society? And what was frustrating to me, and what I came to realize, is that maybe this was inevitable, and this is where we are. Obviously, it is. But like, why? Someone shaped our history to be the way that it is. Someone shaped this, or a group of people shaped this. Where
Do you
we
blame
are
your
right
mom?
now.
Do you blame your mom
Not at
for
all.
your existence?
No.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
What I'm saying is specifically on a societal level, like there are a group of people who have, the reason I live in this house and I'm in a basement and I have this amount of money is, I mean, granted, I mean, in America you have, you know, more opportunity and stuff like that, but it's all this has happened because of a group of people or another entity or another being. Like, this is what they wanted. The human race could have went in so many different types of ways, but this is the way we went. And I'm like, man, I wake up every day and it's like a rat race. It's like a rat race.
What is
and
so
hold
hard?
on. I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm always trying to find that light. And I'm trying to find that light, and I want to be there, and I want to be inside that light, and I just want to relax and just enjoy life, but I can't. I mean, I enjoy my family, I enjoy my kids and shit like that, but I feel like there could be more enjoyment with them and with that than what we have offered to us today. And that's coming from someone who lives in America and where we are way more on another level than a lot of other countries when it comes to living on living standards. That's just kind of what I've realized today. And that is, what was the question you asked me?
I was like, where, like, if your mother
No. What was the question?
You said, what was your struggle?
That's my struggle.
Like, what was your struggle?
My struggle is, man, I'm trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what my job is, no matter what I'm doing, the only gratification or excitement I get is out of this podcast with you guys each and every single week, minus my kids and my wife.
Minus this week. Well, minus this week.
No, you know what
we had on.
No, you know what I'm saying though. You know what I mean. How we got where we are today. That's mine. What about yours, Johnny?
I don't really. I don't think I have a struggle, bro. I think we all have the same struggle, which is just finding, like we mentioned at the beginning, just finding happiness in every moment in life. And for me, happiness comes in moments. Like, you talk about this wanting to see this light at the end of the tunnel, like you're working towards something or whatever. And I'm like, I think that everybody does that. That's the grass is always greener thing. Like, you can always achieve more. You talked about, even in America, you've always got opportunity. Opportunity for what? You're always going to have that greed. You're always going to have that want. You're always going to want more or
greed is not want.
More. I didn't equate them. That's why there were two different words. You're always going to have greed, though. You're always going to have want. You're always going to have this necessity to strive forward in something. And I'm like, I'm not saying you don't have to have that at all, but I'm saying you don't have to find happiness in that. If your goal of happiness is always looking for the next step or looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, in my own opinion, this is obviously all our own opinions. So for me, my struggle or whatever is just finding happiness in a day-to-day situation. You just have to be happy in the moment you're given and enjoy what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here with my friends, podcasting, having a good time. When I'm at work, my struggle is finding happiness at work. Nobody likes to be at work, but there are good days at work and there's bad days at work. So the struggle is finding the way to make every moment better in that moment.
Again, because society was shaped a certain way where we're all involved in that type of environment.
Yeah, well, I'm in the environment that I'm in, which is whatever you want to call it. It's unfortunate or fortunate, depending on, it's different for everybody's viewpoint. My whole thing is I'm not trying to achieve happiness 2 years from now.
No.
I'm trying to achieve happiness now. What makes me happy now? And then tomorrow, whatever makes me happy tomorrow kind of thing. Building a little for the future, because you can't just completely damn yourself for the future.
Very true.
You know what's weird? And I've always thought about this. What if struggle is the biggest blessing we've ever had in our life? To where, like, what if I'm just dwindling because of the job that I have, the house that I live in, everything. My whole spectrum of what I live in is just, hey, you're going to be okay. Why not struggle a little bit? Because guess where I flourish? As a man, I'm sorry, we fucking flourish during struggle. And I almost miss that a little bit. And I miss living paycheck to paycheck a little bit. To where I had to, like, oh my God.
I don't miss living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, definitely don't do that either.
I don't miss living paycheck to paycheck.
We have other people to provide for. I'm talking about if it was just you.
Yeah.
Solely you.
I see
solely you.
Yeah.
There were some weird things that come out of that.
No, I get what you're saying, because you kind of need that challenge, because there's times when you think about, like, I talked about, like, going to Utah and Colorado and stuff by myself, just me, with not much money and stuff, just to have a little bit of that challenge and that struggle.
Dude, I think it's
But then I know at the end of that
mails,
I come back to the stuff that I have already achieved or obtained.
It's in so many mails to where we want to, I invest a burr. Who can I be in the universe? Like, put me out in the like, test me. Like, test me. We want to be tested as males. I really think that. I really fucking think that.
You're not wrong.
And if you're not being tested, you're almost like withering away, right?
Yes.
And then you see the old males that just wish they could fucking physically do the shit that they wanted to fucking do at some point. Oh man. But we're a lackluster. We're a very lackluster fucking like a male group that's been around.
In comparison to what?
I mean, so
it's all relative.
No. I don't want to insult our group. But what is our struggle? What is our struggle? Paul, what is your struggle?
You already asked him that, and he answered.
Yeah, I did.
Like, fuck, man. So it's really nothing. It's really nothing.
When Johnny, when you ask compared to what, you look at the backbones of the 17, 18, and 1900s of who built America. And they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have tech or internet or anything like that. They did have electric cars back in the early 1900s. I didn't know that. that could go 40 miles an hour and run for a couple hundred miles. Fucking crazy. I did not know that. Jay Leno owns one.
I didn't know they had electric cars back
Yeah.
then.
Fuck Jay Leno.
And they
Fuck Jay
Actually
Leno.
makes sense.
They
but
actually had charging stations in New York, and you could refill
crazy. I didn't know
and
that.
you could refill the batteries. As opposed to you have to dispose of your battery right now, you could refill it with alkaline or whatever it is. But anyways, those are the people. Those are the like. I feel like, man, I get lost in technology. Even with having 2 kids, like my phone is accessible. It's always in my right pocket, and I'm always just like find myself on my phone when I should be just spending time with my kids and watching them grow up. And I do that, but I could do it more if I didn't have technology.
You,
I literally just want to.
You're the person who's arguing the pen to the chisel. The pen to the chisel is who you are.
I actually know where you're going with that. That's a pretty good analogy.
Let's hear it.
You're the pen to the chisel. So why would you not use the chisel? Because we've always used the chisel, but the pen marked on paper makes so much more sense. And they go, oh, but how would you ever fucking know anything if you didn't chisel anything first? No. This is the progression of fucking shit.
Okay, so when you talk about progression, you have to understand the implications that this is going to have on families and the evolution of human beings, which we did 2 podcasts ago when it was just us 3.
Can I be really honest?
And what you guys said is inevitable. We are the first, okay, like me and maybe like the parents before me, are the first generations who have to deal with having kids and having this technology available. Me so more with how it's been exponential. Like in my, I was 27 when I had my first kid, and look at what technology was when I was 27. It was the fastest it could ever be. You know, a few years before, you were still on like 3G. The internet really wasn't too
But
powerful.
a few years before, when you were on 3G, you were at the same point. At that point, it was the fastest it was ever been.
No. But and I know it's exponentially going to get faster. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, in the moment in human history, how fast. I mean, like literally, we get on our phones
Paul,
and we
you gonna
press
die?
one. We
Paul,
press
Paul,
press
Paul,
one
you
button.
gonna
And
die?
then
You'll eventually you'll have
Paul,
like
you gonna
contacts
die?
that do crazy shit, and you'll be looking back at this moment.
Paul, you gonna die?
what? But you guys are missing the point. Yes, I'm going to die. You guys are missing the point. Like we're the first group
I'm not missing
of
the
like
fucking point.
we're the first group of this generation that are with kids that are dealing with these types of situations, and it has huge implications.
They've dealt with this shit in the
you
past,
know,
though.
You
And
literally just heard what I said as far as pen to chisel. You disagree with chiseling shit in stone to write, right? You like that's idiotic.
Well, I'm not.
Why would you ever fucking chisel shit in fucking stone
When you have a pen and paper.
when you have a pen and paper? It becomes more advanced. Dude, we will eventually, and it's not so much to where we're not irrelevant. We're a piece of this that made it so.
No, that's false. It's a group of people who made it, or a collective group of people who made this for the masses.
Weird conversation
so
for
we're-
people
we-
to fucking overhear.
We are accepting what just a group of scientists or people who are really good in technology who are creating all of this for the masses. We are accepting it, and we're saying, hey, we're going to be a part of this.
So,
Yes.
in all honesty, though, real quick, Jesse, hold
Yes.
up. His
Yes.
pin and chisel thing still
this will
applies.
outdo.
Hold
This
up.
will outdo us.
Hold up. His pin and chisel thing still applies because back then, it wasn't like everybody worked together to create the pen and ink and the ink quill and all this. Some smart people figured it out and started using it and realized it was better for everybody. It's the same thing right now.
What's
No, I
so
under-
shitty?
I
What's
understand-
so
I
shitty?
understand, I understand that, but when do you put a limit on it? When do you put a
Well,
limit
you
on
shouldn't.
it?
You shouldn't cap it.
but-
Let it keep going.
No,
But for
I
human-
know the limit.
Hold on,
I exactly
hold
know
on.
the
One more-
limit.
I'm going to let you go. You said we're not special, Jesse.
No, we're not.
You said that. So if we're not special, then
We're-
there should be a limit.
Okay.
There
No.
should be a limit. 100%.
I hate this idea. I really do. I hate this idea that human beings are fucking special. We are flawed, horrible fucking. We do horrendous fucking things. We can also do beautiful fucking acts. I get this. And people like hold on to this idea that human beings, surpass fucking a bunch of shit because of the beautiful things that we do. Well, guess what? Overall, what I see, we do horrible fucking things. We will eventually evolve into something else, and I'm sorry for everybody to fucking hear this, but eventually we will evolve, regardless of biological or technological means, change into something else. I'm sorry for you to fucking hear this, but you will be eventually nothing.
That's you based off of a collective group of people's opinions.
Your sense,
no one-
your sense of purpose is so fucking like you want a legacy.
You agree with the multiverse?
How do I feel? Wait, Paul, I've said this before on a podcast. How do I feel about a legacy?
Fuck a legacy.
Fuck a legacy. Fuck a legacy. You want to know why? It means barely anything. Like a fucking...
It doesn't. You're right.
It's like a raindrop in an ocean that's storming.
Like Alan Watts or Martin Luther King or George Washington. Eventually, the legacies are going to be gone and forgotten. 100%. I agree with that. But we're still...
Okay. So hear me out on this. You come in thinking that you're important because, man, so many... Like, think about the podcast we had to do today. We had to... Oh, man, he needs importance. He needs some... Ooh, I invest a berg. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Importance. I am important. Yes, you are. Not in the sense you think you are. It is right in the sense that everybody else is. And it's all equaled out. And I'm sorry, that's the universe. We all die. We all live. We all fucking live this lifespan. Fucking do our shit. And then, man.
So we should enjoy it to the fullest. I completely agree with that. But if you agree in the multiverse, which you talk about a lot within conversation, we've had those types of conversations with the multiverse and stuff.
There's Paul with a full head of hair.
Yeah,
in another multiverse.
I don't agree. I don't agree with the I mean, and I'm in it, and I have no other say. But I just don't agree with the way that humankind has went.
You don't have to. It's still going to happen.
I know. You're 100%
it's garbage.
right. You're 100% right.
This universe that we're in now is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Or it's great. Why does it have to be garbage?
There's a lot of good things about it, but the overarching, the government and the way human beings interact with each other, it's not fun.
What's the undeniable? What's the undeniable between all of these universes you could possibly fathom?
I don't like this.
Technology will come in, and it will be better than us at some point.
For sure. And man, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, so I don't want to go right back into that type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just specifically talking about to me, it's just interesting that a group of individuals have such a large impact on massive amounts of populations. I think that's crazy. And I think there's a lot of good things that happen out of that. Obviously, water, electricity, and garbage.
Internet, and phones.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, it's the same. I mean, dude, garbage 20 years from now. Sorry, 100 years from now, people will be saying the same thing. You talk about water, electricity, this and that and this. They're going to be saying the same thing about phones and shit.
Well, no, okay, so maybe I was wrong. Water has always existed, at least for however long humankind has
Aqueducts and sewage management.
Yeah,
and basic stuff, basic electricity, basic hygiene and healthcare and dental and all this
stuff.
Basic stuff like cell phones and the internet and the ability to click your eyes to make a photo if you get a camera installed in your eye. That's my point. Hundreds of years from now, that shit's going to be just as basic.
But when you look, if you go back into if you look at the mainstream way of how humans have evolved or the history of humankind, we didn't have any of this stuff until recently. And we've been civil.
No, it's actually Paul's right.
We've been.
Do not look surprised.
Yeah.
What do you mean we haven't had any of this stuff till recently?
Paul's right.
I'm talking about.
It's been very recent that you have all this high tech,
like aqueducts and sewage.
No, high technology.
Yeah, high technology.
Look, I'm saying from what we're doing. I have a fucking mic in front of my fucking face.
You're not hearing what I'm saying is back then. Man, back then that was high technology, so they'd be having the same kind of conversation. Can you believe we live in a day and age where you can have a vehicle? There's no horse-drawn carriages. I can get in a vehicle and drive around. I can't believe they created fucking cars. That's insane. And then we're looking at that what are you talking about? Cars are a pretty basic thing that we all understand how they function. We understand how they work. It's nothing that advanced.
But so hear me out. What I'm saying is human existence, they predate society. What is it, 10 to 12,000 years?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with the history.
It's like 10 to 12,000 years. And yes, they built a lot of crazy shit. But if you look at the mainstream way of thinking, it's believed that they lived this way for about up until the 1800s, 1700s. Whenever technology, boat like locomotives and trains and shit like that, and steamboats. That's when that type of shit started existing.
I don't think they had aqueducts and shit in 800 BC.
So what I'm saying is they were stagnant for a while. They were very stagnant. They didn't have to. They continued to live a certain way without technology and without any of this other shit for a really long time.
They used to not have the wheel or the ability to create fire. And then they found those things. And I bet that was fucking crazy. My point is, over time, there's always going to be technology, because the wheel is technology.
Right.
Flint and steel creating a fire is technology. To us, it's basic. Just like 1,000 years from now, phones and these microphones are going to be just as basic to people 1,000 years from now as flint and steel as is to us today.
For sure.
It's unavoidable that we will eventually advance to a point to where...
That's what Van Gogh said.
I doubt that.
All right, so we're gonna hold on. We're gonna switch subjects here. There's a lot of things going on in the United States right now, and anyone who's listened in, we've hit like the 30-minute mark right now. There is some things going around with the United States wanting to add more states within the United States, and DC being the most prevalent one that wants to add themselves as the 51st state. And like you talked about Guam, and
that stuff's all after. If they're not really talking about Guam and Puerto Rico and stuff right now, as far as I know, the stuff that I've seen, they're just talking about the District of Columbia.
So let's just start it there. How convenient is it for them to want to make the 51st state the District of Columbia, where all the politicians
really weird, right?
Where all the politicians are, where man, like what the fuck is that? I'm just curious.
It's a system of flawed fucking. You know the people that wrote the Constitution also agreed that, man, we probably don't have it right. So they had some shit in there to say, hey, we don't fucking have it right. And neither do we. Neither do fucking we.
But adding a 51st state, so to my knowledge, and whenever
what's wrong with that?
The type of stuff that I listen to. So this is okay. So
why? Okay, can somebody here in this room explain to me why a popular vote for a president doesn't fucking work? And then now there's popular vote doesn't matter. It's electoral college. You know what it is? I'm sorry.
What is it? I don't know what it is. I mean, the popular vote is allegedly supposed to sway the electoral college in that favor, but obviously it doesn't end up that way because Hillary Clinton had more popular vote than Donald Trump.
I fucking hear about Donald Trump.
You know what I'm saying? That whatever who cares, man?
I dislike all sides.
I'm right there with you. So what I'm saying is specifically when you talk about the 51st state, there's no bro. I have distanced myself from watching CNN and all the far left. And for a while I watched Fox. You know what I'm saying? For a while I did. And then there's been some stories that came out recently and Fox didn't cover it in a non-biased way, or they didn't cover it at all. And I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to step away from this as well. So I'm completely distant from all types of mainstream media and stuff like that. But from what I can gather, the reason that they're trying to make D.C. a 51st state is that it's almost a guarantee that they will be Democratic senators. They'll be Democrats.
Well, obviously. Given East Coast, West Coast?
Yeah.
So they're adding in another state.
Yeah.
But why would they feel like influenced in that way?
Well, you get 2 more Democratic senators, and it's never going to change ever, because it's most likely always going to be Democrat. Then that's 2 seats that they'll always hold forever and for always.
Do we really think
point.
Amongst the three of us? Can I ask the 3 of us this question?
Of course.
Do you really think it gets that bad to where we have to violently once again?
Yes.
Oppose.
So let's look at where we're at today since Joe Biden's been president. And again, I think we're all in agreement that Joe Biden is just a figurehead and all that bullshit.
It's nothing, bro.
But since he's been in office, you have to look at the things that have happened. And right after
nothing. I'm still going to work every day.
No, okay, for us. But I still do look up news articles and I see the type of shit that's going on and the amount of rioting, the amount of mass shootings, the amount of death that's happened.
Happens every year, all the time.
No, it's exponentially higher. And you can argue that that's just going to happen, but no, that maybe not. Statistically, it's different every year. But right after COVID was over and everything's starting to open back up in February and March, mass shootings are fucking insane right now, going off the chain, bro. going up.
He called him genocide. He's literally starting to call it genocide.
But and
for a good reason. For a good reason.
Sure, for good reason. But
why are people killing each other in America for fucking no reason?
But how?
It's literally for fucking no reason.
So my question is, how coincidental is this happening? How coincidental is all these mass shootings happening? I'm not equating to this. This is just a theory. Is all the gun legislation that they're trying to pass right now? Joe Biden's came out with. No. He's came out. Jesse. He has came out with executive orders with red flag laws.
It's happening. Good timing for him for gun laws. It really is. You're not addressing the fucking issue, and none of them will. None of them fucking will.
I think it's just very coincidental that this is all happening while they're trying to pass gun legislation.
Yeah,
I think it just kind of goes hand in
one
hand.
bad guy with a gun. Now take all the guns away, right? We can all agree that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, why does it keep happening? Why the fuck does it keep happening?
It's not only that, it's just the progressive movement and how insane it is. It's just it's very deep, it's very controlling, and I don't know. I don't know where else to take it from there.
I don't think it's controlling. I think you find disturbed individuals that are begging for help, and Republican views on things do not help it. They do not help individuals. Republican views do not help individuals. Like, oh my God, just reach out and just like be kind. You know what I mean?
What do you got,
like,
Johnny?
I just, for real quick, the mass shooting thing, you were talking about numbers and how there's more. So in 2019, there were 441 mass shootings.
All year.
All year, 441.
Yeah.
So far this year, I have to get back to it now.
You look at some weird shit.
Hold up. 441. Going back. Hold up. Load. Here we go. So far this year, we are at 126. So basically 1/4 of that. We're also 1/4 through the year.
So it's going to be right on.
It's always happening, and it's always going to escalate a little bit more.
So no,
every year.
So you're right. So they're just
it's weird thing.
It's the way that they make.
It's the way that the media portrays it, and
Yeah.
the shit that you read, and the shit that you hear. That's what I've. Not to sound like some kind of know-it-all bullshit thing, but I'm like, it's always happening.
Yeah.
It's always happening. The president doesn't make a fucking difference. The cabinet doesn't make a fucking difference. It's just, that's why I said when you asked, like, oh man, how's the president affected you? You know what's affected me? Nothing. I'm at work. Living my life, trying to find happiness day to day. That's, dude, everything fucking changes all the time. You were the one who says, oh man, that if there's anything that's guaranteed in life, it's change.
Well, then you talk about the capital gains tax that they're trying to pass.
Yeah, I know. We'll see what happens when it all fucking happens. Dude, I'm living life day to day, fucking just trying to be happy day to day in life and caring about the people around me, my friends and family. Other than that, I don't give a shit. I'm not looking at what fucking
I'm legitimately
Biden is doing
or have kids.
You can't be
fuck that.
So you can't be scared to have kids because we have to continue on as a civilization.
You know how many like,
I mean, you don't have to. Why?
Like legitimate like industries are like, man, we don't have people to fucking get them because our generation can't afford fucking kids.
No, we definitely can't afford kids, man.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can.
No,
because
we can't.
My wife and I are affording kids, and we have a surplus.
So you, right?
You would be the same.
Look
way.
at everybody else.
You would be
Look
the
at
same
everybody else suffering. You know you're middle class, right?
No, I mean, sure.
Paul, you are not that fucking ignorant. You know that there are people suffering with fucking kids.
Yeah, and there's people way better than him too. There's
kids.
That's always going to exist though.
But
you can't have this harmony where everybody
that's what's wanted. That's what's wanted.
Earth will always go on, so it's whether or not you want to have kids or not. It's completely up to you. You can be scared all you want, but it doesn't change the fact. People could have said the same shit in the 1900s. Do I want to have kids? It's a depression right now in the 1930s. It's a depression. Do I want to have kids? No, I definitely don't want to have kids.
I don't know if I want my kids growing up with the phones coming in. There's like, now people can call me in my house. Like I give them a number and they're able to reach me in my house.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Why would I want to raise kids in this world? Everything is always the end of the world and everything's always the worst it's ever fucking been. It's always the greatest it's ever been. You just live in the moment, man.
Yeah. And there are people who capitalize on it and there are people who don't. So I don't know, man. It's some crazy shit. It's some very crazy deep shit. We definitely didn't talk anything really about DC becoming a 51st
Oh yeah, we were
state.
talking about man. We get off on tangents sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a weird night. It's a weird night.
It is a very weird night. But
We actually tried. In all fairness, to just explain to the people out there, we tried
Sure.
doing a podcast before doing this podcast with a guest who will remain unnamed, and it just didn't work out real well.
Yeah, definitely. It just wasn't for us. It wasn't for Talk Junkies, and we're trying to do. We're trying to
kind of just freeballing this one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're trying to spread. Yeah, exactly. Johnny said it the best. So we'll put it there, man. Life is crazy. That's really all it comes down to, and no one really has the right answer. But for me, again, like just having that moment of realization today when I'm outside, I'm like, what am I doing? What are my kids doing? Like, why am I living the life that I'm living right now? And I not in the sense of why am I living the life? It's like, how did this life happen? Like, how did I?
Because you're searching for knowledge and you're searching for why things are.
Yeah, like how did we become where we are? In why is everything and not that.
But why does that have to be important too?
I don't know, man. I guess that for me, that's like the light at the end of the tunnel is finding that answer.
Yeah,
You know what
but I
I'm
mean,
saying?
why worry about the past?
Well,
Live in the
because-
moment. Live with your kids. Live with your wife.
And
Like,
I do those things. It was just that one moment today that it hit me, and I'm just like, like why, like why did we build houses? Why did like the small? I mean, obviously I know why we built houses, but the small things, all of the things that accumulate into what is human civilization. Those are the type of questions I'm like, how did this happen, and why did it happen, and why didn't we go a different route? And I don't know. I know I'll never know those answers. But having guests on and talking about it, maybe I'll come a little bit closer to finding those types of answers. Just the human civilization is fascinating. It truly is, because we have come a long, far way. When you talk about the expansiveness of the universe and how old the Earth is, I think that's up for speculation. I don't think that there's a set stone.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter, but like if human beings have truly lived for 12,000 years, I think that's a long time, and we're still here kicking it and we're doing it. I don't know. I'd really, truly like to have Howdy Mikowski on again, because I think that there are great resets and cataclysms that do affect civilization. I think they happen on a regular basis due to the entity that rules the earth. I truly think that happens.
And that could be the case. Once again, I don't know. I see it weird. I just feel like I'm like, man, it doesn't matter though, because you've got this life. Like you've got the 80 years you're going to be alive, or knock on wood, the 35 years you're going to be alive, or the 49 years, or the 102 years you're going to be, like, you don't know.
Right.
Like, man, live the life you're in and try to enjoy it.
Exactly. And that's a good way to look at it, man. And it's hard to do that every day, whenever just the mental grind that you have, whenever, no matter where you live in the world, you have that mental grind, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you have to do that on a day-to-day basis. And like you kind of said earlier, just trying to find that, you're trying to find happiness in a day-to-day basis, and finding what it is that you don't like, trying to find happiness in that in some way, shape, or form. I think that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think maybe it's accessible, because being a human being is a roller coaster. It has its ups and downs, and that's going to continuously happen. And who knows if money really truly buys happiness? Because when you think about these millionaires, and we talk about the top 1%,
Money has never made me feel better about.
okay, but we're not talking about the type of money that Elon Musk has, or Jeff Bezos, or any of the top Fortune 500 or any of that. And I'm just curious what their mindset is, and maybe having someone like that on our show to shed light on the topic that we're talking about right now, and what their happiness is and what their struggle is, And we won't know that until someone like that comes on the show.
And even then, though, I think it's all relative. Even Jesse's the one who's brought it up before in the past, where he talks about like how millionaires and all that shit have bad days too, like, or bad lives. Like, I think that
we can talk about it, but we don't know, because we never talked to them.
No, but same for like, you've never been a starving kid in Africa,
right?
But I can almost guarantee you, I can't with certainty, but I can almost guarantee you have had days where mentally in your own head, not in comparison, just relative to you, where you were way unhappier when they were on that same day. And they've had days where they're obviously way unhappier than you. Like starving kid in Africa on a random date, January 6, 2031, may be happier than you are that day. Because it's all relative, and your own chemical makeup in your brain and all that nonsense. Like, it depends the life you're living, and you have to
Exactly, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Whenever I was trying to say that we lived a certain way, allegedly mainstream would have it that we lived 10,000 years without a lot of technology. But to your point is what they lived that way, and they were happy and they were sad. They were happy and they were sad. And,
and we live with technology, and we're happy and we're sad, and we're happy and we're sad.
I think that's just inherent in human beings, and that's something that'll never go away.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We're on the same page there. That's part of life.
That's wild, man.
I don't think it's that crazy. I
wonder what the longest, happiest streak is from one individual.
26 games.
No, days. How many days? What's the longest, happiest streak days from one human being?
Why does it matter, though? Because their happiness could be different than your happiness.
You know what I'm saying, though. You know what type of question I'm asking.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I know it's an impossible question to answer, but generally, you know what I'm talking about. I think maybe we should end it there, man. Really not much more to say other than that. I think we did pretty well, man, for what we have. So, again, May 9th, we have Pao Chang coming on. We're going to talk some esoteric, and I may be saying that wrong. Esoteric types of views, and I'm going to read his book, and his book will be on the table, and we're going to discuss what it is that he knows so much about. And then on May 19th, Benjamin Lohr coming on the show to talk about the hidden miracle of grocery stores, which is going to be very fascinating. We all shop at grocery stores. Inflation is happening, whether we like it or not. I'm in the grocery store once or twice a week, and
I looked a little into the grocery store thing that you sent me, and I was like, "That's actually, man, I'm really interested by that. It's something that we haven't talked about." And that's not the Down Talk Pow who's coming on. I'm sure that will be really interesting too. I just don't know anything about that, like the esoterics and all that stuff. As to where the grocery store thing, I eat sometimes, like.
And it's going to be fun, man. So I'm going to keep going hard for all our junkies out there, man. I truly am, because we just want to spread knowledge, man, or at least I do, and I want to just bring guests onto the show that are going to provide something for you, just some intellect and some just some information or whatever it is that they're knowledgeable in, and not to say that they're right, but they have some type of knowledge that's worth spreading, man. The best thing you can do for this video, and as much as I want to say, just comment, man. Just like the video, man. I guess that's the algorithm. The algorithm likes the like button for some reason. The more people like it, that's how it gets promoted.
That's
more.
YouTube.
And just like the video, share it to your friends and stuff like that. Listen to me, Jesse, and Johnny talk about absolutely the best things they could ever hear. There would be nothing better than to wake up in the morning, get a cup of coffee, and just turn on Talk Junkies and hear our beautiful voices.
Weird.
That would be the most beautiful thing ever. You got a bowl of cereal, you got some Rice Krispies right in front of you, or some Chex Mix, or some Cocoa Puffs, or whatever it is, and you're just eating that, and you got some milk. Put your little iBuds in, or whatever those are called, and just listen to Talk Junkies. And you wake up in the morning, and you hear, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk Junkies." That's just euphoric. So send that to everyone, because that's going to make them happy that day. Maybe I could be
there. You
wrong.
go, that moment of happiness.
Exactly. But yeah, that's the best thing you can do for this podcast. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or any other podcast websites, thank you very much for tuning in to Talk Junkies. Like, comment, subscribe to all our junkies out there.
Stay fly and ring the bell.